Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and more bad news for the anti-Trump New York judge. That verdict, it won't stand. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Shark Tank star and investor and billionaire Kevin O'Leary, he just laid the smackdown on the New York Judge Engoron, who was responsible for the almost $400 million verdict against Trump and his family. Now, O'Leary suggests and says that this is not going to do as much damage to Trump because he thinks the verdict won't stand. But it won't do as much damage to Trump, even if it did stand, as it's going to do to the state of New York. He says businesses will not continue to invest in the state, and this is a real damaging blow. I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you agree with him? Do you think that this verdict won't stand? And do you think that New York is severely damaged by this? You've seen the Trumpers, or the truckers for Trump convoy, people saying they won't deliver goods to New York. And that's just the beginning, a lot of people think. I want you to listen to what Kevin O'Leary has to say. And then please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
One must play by the same rules.
Okay, Alina Habba joins us, attorney for former President Trump. Alina, good to have you with us. First, your reaction to the Attorney General there.
I'm glad you asked, Martha. Nobody is above the law. I would just like these left-winging DAs and AGs to show us that. Show us that. I'm inviting you to show me that no one is above the law while we have Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, and all of his friends up in D.C. and the deep state that have not been touched. Show me no one is above the law, Martha, because I'm not seeing that. Do you know what I'm seeing in court in these cases is that everyone is above the law if they're friends with Miss James, if they're friends with D.A. Bragg, and if they're friends with Fani Willis and Jack Smith. The only person that is not, the only person who did nothing wrong but will still get persecuted and prosecuted is President Trump because they can't beat him in November. So I want to use their words against them and invite them to show me how no one is actually above the law, because there are people that we know have broken laws, and we have not seen the system of justice be used the same for them as they are for President Trump. President Trump did nothing wrong. He's being persecuted. Show me the people that did real crime get persecuted and prosecuted. I want to see that.
Some of those people are back on the street in about 5 hours, and a lot of New Yorkers would like to see those people who are not rich or powerful, but who have some power in this city in terms of how safe people feel or don't feel. Let me ask you this. In terms of the 30-day deadline from Judge Engoron to pay this extraordinary fine that Jonathan Turley calls obscene, is that the case? Does he really have 30 days to pay this fine? And if so, there are some reports that he will sell off almost all, if not all, of his New York assets. What can you tell us about that?
No, I mean, I would never get into anything privileged, but I can tell you what the rules are. And within 30 days, even if we choose to appeal this, which we will, we have to post the bond, which is the full amount and some. And we will be prepared to do that.
But how much is the bond?
Well, you have to break it up. So there were obviously individual defendants that got fined. There was the company that got fined. But you're looking at roughly, let's call it close to $400 million for something that he did nothing wrong. Look, it's no coincidence, and I'll say it. They know by looking at his statements of financial condition that this guy is worth a lot of money, billions and billions of billions of dollars. And that didn't even include his brand, Martha. But what they're trying to do between this case, between my last case, is put him out of business. It's not going to work, number one. Number two, what they're doing is a scare tactic. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong guy to pick on, in my opinion, because he's strong, he's resilient, and he happens to have a lot of cash. Now, that doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean it's okay. It's grotesquely insane. I was speaking to somebody today that actually mentioned that there are countries that literally make that in a given year in certain industries, countries in this world. But they would find somebody for what they call understating their statement of financial condition and making Deutsche Bank and Zurich, who, by the way, they still work with, money. but they're going to find him that kind of thing. It's absolutely insane. No, there will be no mayhem for the Trump organization, unfortunately. I know that probably was Miss James's goal and Judge Engoron, but that is not going to be the case.
Well, as I said, Jonathan Turley called it obscene. Other people have said that it's a dangerous verdict in the precedent that it sets, and what kind of damage it could do to New York City when other companies will want nothing to do with that kind of politics and judgment. So we'll see where it goes. Alina, thank you very much. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
Alina Habba
Good to see you.
Joining us this afternoon. And here we want to go back to the border.